go. Oh man. This is Quizine in Pakistan. Mood.
Showing the camera,
Where are we, man? Where are we?
Well, what's behind us are the Passu cones.
The Passu cones.
The Passu cones.
On the Karakoram mountain range, ladies and gentlemen. So we've just spent the last 10 minutes trying to capture the magnificence of this place, but
unfortunately you can't. You actually can't. Like, when it's that beautiful, when it's that big, when the magnitude of beauty is that huge, honestly, you can't. Your eyes will always do a better job at capturing the beauty.
No camera can replicate the work of the eyes when it comes to something like this. Absolutely unbelievable. Alright guys, we've jumped into the kitchen of Yak Grill Passu. This is literally a diner in the middle of Passu cones, right in the middle of the mountains, the Karakoram mountain range, and it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, surrounding us are the beautiful views of the mountain range, snow everywhere. I mean, it doesn't get any more picturesque than this. And obviously a very common food item they have here is yak. They have a lot of yak in this area and they're not afraid to eat it. I mean, they cook it in all sorts of different ways. These guys make it in so many different forms. We're about to get a yak steak, a yak burger, and a yak stir fry. So this is going to be awesome. Just behind me, so that's the yak smash burger on the grill at the moment. Should be ready soon. And over here we've got the steak. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Alright, it's yak steak time, and bloody hell I'm excited for this one. I mean, I was just speaking to the chef who put this together and he told me what makes yak different, superior to mainstream cows, is that they're grazed up in the mountains. And they have mountain herbs, they have mountain grass, they have things you can only find that are purely organic and super fresh from up in the mountains. He says that is the secret to making a good yak and why the yak will always be superior to the cow in his view. He says that the meat is healthier, often leaner, and even the fat that the yak has is healthy too, according to him. So we can see there's a good bit, a really good bit of fat on the side. And actually the color from that fat is unlike anything I've seen. It's super yellow, almost a bright yellow. It's almost like a slab of butter. Usually the fat I see in a normal cow is a bit more of a whiter shade. So this is in and of itself something special. We've asked for medium, so it's somewhat purple on the inside. Let's get a little bit of this. I'm gonna put it in the sauce that they serve with it. It's like a creamy sauce that he put together with yak fat. Here we go. Oh my god, that is unbelievable. Soft, buttery, so flavoursome. It's got a lovely, smoky, strong flavour to it. I'd say the meat is a little bit more tough than sort of normal steak, but not in a bad way. It's got a lovely sort of crispy exterior and inside is soft like jelly. Actually, the outside layer of the skin is a bit strange because it looks like it's been partly dry aged. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit more sort of black and crispy. So the outside feels a bit chewy, a bit more kind of like a dry aged steak. And the inside is that lovely sort of buttery steak that you'd expect. I mean, that is just unbelievable.
Been to a lot of places together, and I genuinely don't think anything actually tops this in terms of just where we are, what we're eating, in the middle of nowhere, and everything they serve is yak, and we're surrounded by 3 mountain ranges in the north of Pakistan. Like, my head, honestly, we've seen them cook it from scratch. My head is still trying to process what happened, what I've just eaten.
All right, and the final dish we're going to be having is the yak burger. There's 2 yak smashed patties on here, consisting of minced yak put together in a sort of smashed patty, and then you've got a lovely runny egg in there and some beautiful cheese. So this is something I'm super excited about as well. The bun is actually very, very soft, toasted. Let's take this out. Oh my God, this could get messy. Oh my God, that is delicious. Super, super flavoursome actually. There's onions and tomatoes in there. You can taste those quite distinct, all natural and organic from around here. The meat is again a bit more sort of tough, but absolutely delicious, almost like a crispy kind of tough. And the cheese there is so fresh, so orange. I mean, this is unbelievable. It's a very, very good burger, irrespective of it being a yak meat burger. It's just genuinely a very, very good burger, and it's cooked wonderfully. That is delicious.
Thank you, thank you. Freshly pressed apple juice on the side of a mountain. It doesn't get any better than this. Oh my God. Who would have thought in minus 10 degrees, something ice cold like this would go down such a treat? There's actually no ice or anything in that. It's so cold. That's literally because these apples are kept in this hut on the side of the mountain where it's minus 10 degrees. So it's almost naturally refrigerated.
Very few things on top of this one.
The center of Gilgit, the hustle and bustle is back. We've been in a very serene environment, but now the hustle and bustle is back. This is more like the Pakistan that we've experienced over the last couple of weeks. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of missed it.
We've missed it a little bit. The only difference is here is you got the fattest mountain ranges behind you. It's like a city inside the middle of the Karakoram mountain ranges. It's absolutely phenomenal. Hustle and Bustle's back, but we still got the scenery, and we're gonna make our way down the street. As you can see, people below. There's a university that's close by too. And yeah, this is where all the magic's happening. We're gonna hit all the food spots. We've come to a place called Enline Market. There's a lot of hustle and bustle here. This is perhaps the commercial district, the commercial center of all of Gilgit. We've been to some very, very remote locations. This is basically where it all happens. We've travelled about 2.5 hours from Hunza by car, and now we've stopped off at Enline Market to try and get a bit more of a taste of Gilgit cuisine. And the first thing we've done is we've stopped off for what they call shorba, a chicken shorba. This is a chicken soup. It's basically a stew, and it's topped off with a boiled egg and some shredded bits of chicken. Looks absolutely delicious, warm and wholesome. And the second thing we can do, you can see behind me, he's steaming mantu, obviously dumplings. Dumplings are one of my favorite things in the world. As we know, Central Asians
love mantu. Afghanistan has great mantu as well. The proximity of Gilgit to Central Asia means I'm sure the mantu is going to go down a treat. I'm very excited for this one. We're going to go for the chicken soup first. There's a few condiments that they have on the table here. They've got some chili sauce, some vinegar, and some soy sauce. So let's just douse it in a bit of everything. Let's get a little bit of soy sauce in there. Douse it in a little bit of chili sauce.
Oh my god.
And let's get a little bit of vinegar in as well. Whoop, a little squirt there. All right, let's go. Mix it up. Oh, you can tell immediately this is going to be super wholesome and delicious. Bit of egg in there, bit of the shredded chicken. Let's go. Oh man, that is delicious. That soup is ultra thick. It's almost like a jelly. Imagine the fat that's left behind in a dish. If you leave it for like 24 hours, it all solidifies. It's a bit fatty jelly-like like that. The consistency is very jelly-like. Unlike actually any other soup I've had, it's quite nice. The soy sauce and chili sauce aren't actually that strong. They mix in quite well, but that chicken aroma, chicken flavor comes through quite subtly. It's a very lightly flavored dish. It's not overpowering or strong. It tastes like a kind of standard chicken soup, but the consistency here is what makes it very, very different. All right, guys, it's mantu time next, and I am super excited about this one. You guys know how much I love mantu. You know how much I love dumplings. So trying it here in Gilgit, northern Pakistan, is going to be an experience like no other. I can tell you that so much already. Now, this is stuffed with goat meat, super fresh and hot. The steam is coming out here, almost like a parcel. Served with a little bit of chili sauce. Let's go. Oh man, that is. I'm having an out of body experience right now. Genuinely, that is unbelievable. This just tastes like comfort. The meat in there is slow cooked, soft, delicious, rich, very meaty. It's got a good goat taste to it. The parcel around it, super thick, substantial. It's almost quite stretchy and chewy, as a good sort of dumpling parcel should be. And that chili sauce is delicious. There's a lot of masala powder in there. It gives it a lovely bit of spice, a great kick to it.
Assalamu alaikum, how are you? This is kebab?
This leg piece, this chest piece.
Breast. Got some chicken, we got some breast.
Okay.
Guys, it's skewer time. Food is ready. This is a butterfly chicken breast. Look at these skewers, pulling them apart like Wolverine. They've basically butterflied the breast and spread it across 2 skewers. Cooked on the fire with a little bit of masala sauce. Oh, it's very hot. I'm gonna tear off a little bit of that chicken on the skewer. Oh my god, this is just cooked to absolute perfection. Let's get a little bit of this off. Soft. Ooh, very hot actually. There's a good bit of, they've splashed it in a really nice bit of masala, and they cook it on the fire for some time. So the exterior is actually quite crispy. There's a mint sauce that they serve up, a bit more runny to a standard mint sauce. Here we go. Ah, that is just absolutely delicious. Chicken is so moist and succulent. And it's chicken breast, remember, so it's difficult to cook that right. They've cooked that fantastically. And the skin, the exterior skin, is quite crispy, so almost a bit leathery, and it's got that lovely masala sauce on it. Now that is absolutely delicious. I'm gonna move on to the sheikh kebab now. This is goat meat. Again, got a little bit of spice on it. Let's get a little bit of that off. Into the sauce again. Ooh. That's actually quite crunchy. First time I can say I've ever had crunchy meat. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. The goat around here, they're all running up and down the mountains. They're super lean, super muscular, super strong. And that is reflected in the consistency of the meat. It's quite chewy, quite crunchy, but very delicious. Actually, the further north of Pakistan you come, you can again see the similarities with Central Asia. This kind of spread that we've had, I've tried this Uyghur style in London. The skewers are spiced in a very similar way. The meat is cooked in a very similar way. So again, you can see how the geography of the area dictates some of the food that we're trying. Absolutely delicious. Stopping on the side of the road to grab something called lachi. This is, it's almost like a Pakistani South Asian candy floss. It's bits of sugar made in this stringy sort of style, and it's very, very sweet. We have something similar in Bangladesh called shom papri, but here it's called lachi, which is a bit confusing because lachi is what we call the yogurt drink. Oh, that is delicious. A really sweet, basically a Pakistani candy floss. It's actually very, very delicious. You put it in your mouth and it sort of withers away, dissolves and vanishes. But it's literally just like fluffy sugar. Absolutely delicious. Honestly, I'm loving this.